that get your attention? Alright, cool. So today I'm not 100% what all really to do, so I'm just going to kind of chip away at some piddly stuff on the car today. I actually got a couple of really cool parts from CBC. I think it's Custom Built Cars on Instagram, actually. Dude, these things are freaking cool. So, like, this guy goes in 3D prints all kinds of cool stuff, whether it be like delete panels, switch panels. Like, I wish I had seen the guy sooner, because like I made my own carbon fiber little switch panel for my starter button and everything, and he makes this awesome little clip-in panel that even comes in like a carbon fiber print, which would be way cleaner than what I've got, but it is what it is. I already made it. But anyways, he makes some really cool camera mounts. I just got one of those from him. Well, not technically a camera mount, but it gives you the ability to use like the RAM ball mount or whatever, and it mounts right where the clock would go on most of these EGs. And I also got one of these cool delete panels that goes for one of the defrost vents, which that guy literally just, you get a flat plastic pry tool, pry up on the back side that faces the windshield. That panel pops out. His is a direct replacement, pops right in. Heck, check this thing out. Super clean. Nice clean fit. Everything snapped down nice and solid. We're good there. And this is the mount we got. Very cool stuff, all 3D printed. He's got, he puts these threaded inserts inside of them too that's freaking locked in there. I did stick a nut on the back side of mine because this car buzzes like your mom's thing in the back of her dresser we're not going to talk about. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't going anywhere. But anyhow, I'm going to pull this dash panel out, get this guy popped in there so you can see how that guy all fits and finishes. And then I'm probably going to mess with my harness mounts because I got a little bit of hate over that, the way I've got them attached, which is, we'll get into that in a little bit. Catch you in a minute. Alright, just going to get this thing out of here. I am missing all kinds of stuff in my dash because, you know, race car life. So there's not a whole lot holding this stuff together. Or at least not anymore. There was in the factory. And I wish I could give you like a detail like, oh, this is how you safely remove this panel without fucking shit up. Yeah, my stuff's already been fucked up. And I don't even remember where half the stuff was that got broken off. So it's just kind of... take this with a grain of salt. They're definitely in a how-to video because, yeah, stuff is not here where it used to be. So, let's see, this will come out with my boost gauge. That's another thing too. Somebody needs to make like an awesome pod for my boost gauge, like something that goes over here, or a filler panel that would go in here would be freaking awesome. Because I didn't really know where else to stick that thing. Maybe I'll get the climate control delete panel and put a couple gauges over here. I know CBC makes those too. Heck, he made one for the top up there, but I didn't want to put them up there like the regular delete panel myself. Anyhow, hopefully this will come out. Yep, I have just enough clearance there. Pop that out. Break all kinds of shit. Let's pop you out. That's out of the way. Oh, yeah, unplug that, huh? Fantastic. And the clock. Oh, unplug my boost reference. Pop that line off. Alright, now for the easy part. Just a couple screws holding that guy on. And we'll swap this out. Anybody need a broken clock? Alright, now for the cool part. That guy just slides right in there like the factory clock fit. Not only that, he's even got the little reference holes there for little tabs that center it. Did a pretty good job. I'm assuming since it's 3D printed, he probably went through and scanned the original part and went through all his computer wizardry to make it just right, because everything I've seen so far just fits perfect. Stuff that if you had to do it by hand, you'd be there for weeks, months, who knows how long to get it right. Yeah, check that out. Don't mind where it's all chipped up from someone going ham on this thing with a screwdriver trying to get the clock out at one point in time, but this piece looks freaking great. I like that. Cool. Pop this back in. As I've said before, and I'll say it again, majority of this car, yes, there is stuff that is just kind of janky and slapped together because a lot of it was done last minute. Because when I was building this thing way back when, it was my daily also. And there are a few guys out there that can understand the struggle of trying to daily a project car. Because every time you go to do the next phase of the project, it has to happen in like one night. You know, first shot, no do-overs. It has to get done that night because the car has to get you to work the next morning. So there was a lot of 3 a.m. thrashing on this thing, just trying to make something work because I had approximately 2 hours before it had to get me to work. So we're going through and cleaning it up. We'll fix it. This isn't my 100% daily anymore. Like, I still drive it damn near every day. But I do have other options, other vehicles I can drive now, so that's kind of nice. Plug this guy back in. Oh, this is attacking a bird. That dog would be a menace to society if he had wings. I lost my fucking hose clamp. I can see it, but I can't reach it. Do you love that? You push the thing up the hose, and then as soon as I go to get it up here where I can get the damn thing, it just slides right the hell back down. Okay. Ah, victory. You bastard. There we go. Put it back in there. Sweet. Yeah. Pretty nifty, except for the rest of it's all broken and fucked up. But anyhow, that part's cool. Hopefully I'm probably going to have to do something to secure this end. It's still going to provide probably really shitty video quality there because this is definitely going to shake and rattle on me. But if this was all a complete nice dashboard, that would be freaking sweet. But nonetheless, very cool stuff. Add you to the collection. So, next thing on the to-do list is the bane of every Honda owner's existence. The main relay, which is one relay to basically power everything. If you're in the Honda game at all, you already know this thing here is such a common problem with these cars. I even keep an extra one in the car at all times, because I've had them fail multiple times, and it's such a pain in the ass. Like, mine is way easy to get to because half my freaking dashboard is gone, but everybody else, well, this is literally the same spot where it's supposed to be, so you'll just be reaching behind a big plastic panel and stuff to get to it. But I have found this nifty little adapter online, which there's a couple of companies that are name brand that make them, and then there's a bunch of Chinese knockoffs, and as far as I can see by looking at them, they're pretty much the same exact damn thing. So we will unplug this guy. Relay comes out, and I've got this awesome adapter here that converts it over to a traditional box style relay, which is way easier to get because those Honda main relays, most auto parts stores don't stock them, and they've got to order them. So if it dies on you, you are SOL. So this guy's pretty awesome. Plug that guy in. Nice and easy. This gets bolted back up where the other one was. That way, when it fails, at least then it is something I can pick up at a local auto parts store. And it's a lot easier to store one of these little small relays as a spare inside the car than one of those big ones. Which, knowing me, I'll keep one of the big ones in here too, just in case, because, well, I've got it as a good backup and it's a known thing that works. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Even though right now it's not broke and I'm fixing it. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Alright, next thing on the list. Another downside to Heim joints on a daily. They squeak. These actually have roller bearings up here, but I'll give them a little juice anyways. And there we go. Yeah. Why not? Next. And catch cans. Let's see what's inside here. Probably not good, but we'll see. Usually these things build a lot of condensation in them. It feels like it's got a little weight to it. Oh yeah! Yummy! That looks delicious, doesn't it? And that's what we're keeping from going back in the engine with a catch can. Ooh, I think I'm going to spray that with some brake cleaner or something. We'll set that one aside. So I'm going to get a drain pan because that one has a drain hole in the bottom. So I've got to drain it out. Custom low profile drain pan. Let's see if we can see that guy up in there. Now watch as I go and open this thing and it runs all down my arm instead of going in the pan. Oh, that's open. I guess that one's alright then. Did I forget I drained that last time? Alright then. On to the next thing. just had to show how disgusting this thing is. This is the main one off of the crankcase, so it gets it way worse than the one on the valve cover. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. At least it doesn't smell as bad as it looks. Yeah, it just smells like old oil and a hint of gas. That's a little better. Back on the car. Next. So I'll be one to admit, I have toxic traits just like everybody else. And what it is that I think it's got to do with either like ADHD or something, or some weird form of OCD. But anyhow, if I am near an auto parts store, and I know I've got services coming up on my vehicles, whether it be my car, my truck, bikes, multiple cars, I'll stop in and get the shit to do it. And I'll set it aside. And then I'll forget that I did it. And then when it's due, I'll go buy the stuff again to change the oil. And then I start collecting stuff. And it's time to change the oil in the Honda. And past me was looking out for future me because I bought oil and a fucking filter for it already. So we're going to do that today too. Got some good old Mobil 1. K&N filter. Some may talk shit. I don't care. Yes, I know there's, Team Wicks and Team Stupid Toilet Paper, otherwise known as STP filters. I don't really care. That's what I run. I like the little 17mm nut on the end of the filter. It makes it way easier to get it on and off of there. Mobil 1 is readily available and really good oil. So that's what we're using, especially considering it's what I've got here on hand. So now I pull the side skirt off. Potentially, or I'll just drive it up on some blocks so I can reach under there with a little tiny pan to drain the oil. I'll figure something out because I do miss working in a normal shop that had a pit, because then I didn't have to jack the car up at all. I just drive it over the hole, go downstairs and change my oil. Now with this thing slammed on the ground like it is, I got to take shit apart just to pick it up and change the oil, so we'll get there. Alright, so I got lucky, didn't need to jack it up, didn't have to pull my side skirts off. I was actually able to sneak the oil pan in, kind of at an angle up underneath the front. And it tucked up in there. So, I don't know if you can see shit down there past the alternator. But anyhow, it's draining, got the old filter off, and then realized that I guess K&N got blue balls or something, because these used to be a little 17mm. Now it's got this monstrous freaking 1 inch. I mean, dude, it's an oil filter. You don't need to get it that tight. You don't need anything that damn big. And if you need something that big, you're doing something wrong. But anyhow, I'm going to lube that up, put that together, throw the drain plug back in there. A little bit of sealant on that guy. Fresh oil, good to go. Maybe we'll give this thing a bath before Monday. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Alright, all the annoying shit is done. Dump somewhere in the ballpark of 3 quarts in here, 4 quarts, start checking it on the stick and go from there. Another really annoying thing I've noticed lately is there's a lot of guys out there that I don't know if they're just boomers or just, broccoli heads that, played Need for Speed Heat one time and thought they were some kind of God's gift to tuners or something. But anyhow, I'm going to address something very, very annoying. I've had many people say that on one of my video posts of this thing running, of like, oh, it says it's twin charged and shows us an alternator. That's concerning. how many people don't know what an alternator looks like? Like, I can understand the people that don't know where an alternator is on a B series Honda engine, but the fact of like a blower and an alternator look nothing alike. Now, I know some of those guys were just being smartasses, and you know, it's funny because you look at their profile and then you see some built-ass Chevy Cat Eye with a twin-turboed LS in it. Like, okay, cool, I get it. You're just picking fun, cool. But there's a lot of them that really legit have no idea what they're looking at. So I will address this really quick. On the B series Honda motor, the alternator is on the back side of the engine. And I shall grab a light here because the GoPro, its lighting sucks. Anyways, for everyone else at home, that is an alternator. See the winding inside there and the wires, pretty common. And we get over here, then there's that fucking monstrosity. As you can see, the cooling fins on it, and then there's a big tube coming out of the front of it going to the intercooler. No wires at all. And it doesn't even have oil lines going to it because it's a self-contained unit. I need to change the oil in it separately. Anyhow, so to recap, blower, alternator, little thing with the wires coming off of it. That's an alternator. And then that's a turbo. And then in the videos of this thing running, it should be quite apparent that it's making noises that turbos don't make. So anyways, rant over. I'll go back to putting oil in this thing. We're almost finished up here. Alright, so battery's running low, like practically dead, so I'm going to try to wrap this up quickly. I may go give this thing a bath. Oil's changed. Checked my coolant. We're good there. Changed my main relay. Got my new mounts from CBC in there. Custom built cars for the phone mount and delete. I'm probably going to be getting a lot more stuff from them later because that dude's putting out some really cool stuff and I like it. And I really need to clean this thing up because, well, it's thrown together. It was budget, track car, throw it together, and drive it every single day when I built this thing. So we're going to slowly start getting back around to fixing stuff. But unfortunately, I got to fix my Jeep first because I am way too old and tired to be doing that, working on this thing at 3 a.m. to finish a really nice project on it to be able to drive it the next morning. So, I'll catch you all in the next one. Till then, Odie, say bye, Bubba. Say bye, Bubba. Say bye to everybody, Bubba. Who's your good boy? See ya.